Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Hadi. We're gonna do some theory crafting. Everybody, hopefully, everyone has seen the new trailer for Path of Fire and everything. So this shouldn't be much of a spoiler. A couple of streamers like Aora Peachy and Wooden Potatoes were doing some warrior gameplay, I guess, of every class and all the elite specs. But since I'm a warrior main, I'm just gonna go into quick detail about some builds that could be made, some combos. Um, this is all theory, you know. This ain't something that's gonna really happen. We will see how it's really gonna turn out when we play beta weekend, which is next weekend. They say on the 11th, so Friday to Sunday, I guess. So I'm just gonna read out all the skills. I'll probably put a picture in at the end of the video, whatever. But okay, so the first skill that we're gonna talk about are the auto attack, chain. So it goes precise cut, strike your foe. This attack deals increased critical damage. Next we have focus slash, strike your foe. This attack has increased critical damage. It says critical damage increased by 15% for both of those first two skills. Then it says keen strike. Strike your foe and gain might. Gain additional might on a critical hit. So if you have precision, I guess, in your build and you keep critting, you will gain might constantly. And it says the might is 6 seconds. I'm guessing that's base. If you run a strength runes, it might be like 7, 8 seconds, something like that, maybe 10. And those are the auto attacks. And then you have your skills. I guess your 2, 3, 4, and 5, which would be dagger main hand, and then dagger offhand would be 4 and 5 for dagger offhand. So your 2 skill would be leap and strike your foe, inflicting slow, which is a 6-second cooldown. And it's it has 1 and it looks like 1.5 seconds of slow. It's a leap finisher too. Disrupting stab would be your skill 3. Inflicts daze on your target. If your target is using the skill, this attack stuns and deals increased damage. The increased damage says 50% if they're using the skill. So it's most valuable when they're using the skill. That's disrupting stat. That's skill 3. Then you have Rastrel's Ruin. Looks like it says. It's very blurry when I'm reading it, so I can't really tell what it says. It says strike your target. Deals more damage to foes not using skills. That's also just like disrupting stab. And it says it deals 100% damage increase. It is a 12-second cooldown. Blade Storm, which is your skill 5, unleash a flurry of attacks that damages foes and reflects projectiles coming from the front. It's a 7-hit attack. I don't know if you can move while using it. You gain swiftness. Vulnerability is applied, and it hits up to 5 targets. It's a 20-second cooldown. Next, we're gonna go to utilities, and so your heal skill, which is called natural healing, it says lose wounds and conditions, then heal yourself. This heals for 11,670. You lose 7 boons and you lose 7 conditions. It's a 25-second cooldown. Sight beyond sight, which is a meditation skill. It says reveal nearby foes and make your next attack a critical. Remove blindness. Sight beyond sight could be used great with Razzle's Ruin if you attack them and they're not using the skill. And Razzle's Ruin, like I said before, it does 100% damage increase. So if you can get that 100% damage increase while you're using Sight Beyond Sight, which is a utility, you can do a lot of damage. It seems. Most likely I might use Intelligent Sigils for daggers, so I can make sure those hits always crit when I swap the dagger. But I don't know. Okay, so Sight Beyond Sight is a 3-second reveal. It's a 1-second cooldown, which is really crazy. It removes blind, and it says a maximum count of 2 seconds of of 2. There's also a new thing that's been added to the game where it's called ammunition. So I'm pretty sure that sight beyond sight, it says the count recharge is 20 though. So the cooldown might be 20 seconds, but the ammunition recharge is 1 second. So what that means is a lot of skills will have charges or counts, maximum counts, whatever they want to call them. And it says the count recharge for sight beyond sight is 20 seconds. And that when you use the skill, if it's not off of the ammunition cooldown, you only get 2 charges. If it's not off, it's 1 second cooldown. So after you use those 2 charges of sight beyond sight, it goes on full cooldown of 20 seconds. If that makes any sense. If you use one of the sight beyond sight and not use the other one, it takes 20 seconds before it loads again and gives you 2 ammunition charges. Alright, moving on to the next utility, Impending Threat, which is a 35-second cooldown. It says taunt nearby foes, gain adrenaline for each affected foe. This is a 1.5 second, it seems, taunt. You gain 5 seconds of retaliation, 3 adrenaline, and it hits 5 foes. Taunt is very powerful. It can pull foes from stealth, and I don't know if I would use that skill, but it seems very powerful. Another utility is break enchantments. Strike foes around you and remove their boons. Deal more damage to foes that lose a boon. It says the damage increase is 100%. This is a lot of damage increase. So these damage increase builds might actually be valuable against like bunker builds, you know, like support Ellie, a class that always dish out a lot of boons to support everybody. So I could see SpellBreaker being very valuable against bunker builds, and this is something I've been wanting for a long time, because I was like, how come power builds can't beat bunker builds? Like, the person don't even have to dodge half the time. They just sit there and eat all your attacks, and the only thing that can counter power tank builds are Condi and Condi pressure. Sometimes if you don't have enough Condi pressure, not even a Condi build could beat a tank build. So this SpellBreaker, I'm very pleased at this, because it seems like that SpellBreaker is going to be able to be valuable against bunker builds and you know, Condi, because you have a lot of Condi sustain too. It says remove 7 conditions from natural healing. That seems very powerful. And break enchantments is on a 15-second cooldown. That does not have any charges. It seems only certain skills have charges. And I'll go back to that. In the last utility, it seems, it says Feather Foot Grace. Gain a burst of super speed and resistance. It's a 30-second cooldown. You gain 5 seconds of super speed, 5 seconds of resistance, and you break stun. That seems like it could be very powerful, especially if you use Featherfoot Grace with Rousing Resilience. As soon as somebody hits you, you can gain healing, you break the stun, and you gain super speed. So it can be used for running away from people. So like if you get hit, you break stun, and you can use that super speed to break distance, to break gap, or maybe even get closer to them faster and gain resistance. So that resistance, that 5 seconds of resistance, if you get shot back by longbow ranger, and you get hit by ancient seeds, now not only did you break the stun, you gain that resistance from that ancient seeds immobilized, and you can run closer to the enemy or break the gap. And then we have the elite skill called Winds of Disenchantment. It says create an area of calm where foes cannot receive boons and lose boons every interval. Projectiles entering this area are destroyed. Now, it's a disenchantment. It lasts for 10 seconds. Boons are immediately removed on the effect of it. Like as soon as you use it, all the boons are gone. It says boons remove 1, so I'm guessing the longer you stay in it, the more boons are removed. The interval is a half a second though, so, and it's unblockable, so you lose boons constantly and you can't apply any more boons. It also blocks projectiles too, so this could be used when you're trying to secure a stomp. You would throw down the Winds of Enchantment, and everybody's trying to use range attacks like Longbow Ranger or Hammer Rev, or maybe even now Shortbow Revenants won't even be able to attack you because you'll be in this dome that just, you know, nullifies everything. Winds of Disenchantment is on the 90-second CD. So that's something to think about. It's 360 radius. It's a lightning field, which is interesting. It's a lightning combo field. And that gives daze when you leap. Dazing strike when you leap out of a lightning field. So you can use that disenchantment and then go back to use disrupting stab, which is no, which skill was that? Oh, Aura Slicer. Aura Slicer, which is a combo finisher, leap. So you can use that Winds of Disenchantment, then use Aura Slicer to leap out of it and daze somebody, and do that. I don't know how effective that would be, but that's something to think about. That's another combo you could do, adding daze combo finishers. All right, and then we're gonna talk about the burst skill. So the burst skill, I guess this would be your F2 skill, would be absorb the next attack against you and counterattack all foes around you. Foes struck by the counterattack are interrupted. So somebody who's attacking you gets interrupted. I'm guessing just a regular interrupt. It says dazed though, so they'll get dazed. It's unblockable too, which is interesting. Full counter is on an 8-second cooldown, and the block is 1.5 seconds. It says the counterattack evasion is 1/2 second. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means like you evade attacks. But it says damage reduced 100%. So it's a full counterattack. So if somebody attacks you, you take no damage. That's what I'm assuming. And it looks like you gain stability too when you use this full counter. You gain stability. And it's up to 5 targets. And then you have your dagger burst skill, which is called Breaching Strike, which is on an 8-second cooldown. It says strike your target and remove boons. It says it removes 2 boons, and it's a leap finisher, and it's unblockable. It's an unblockable strike. So that's very good against, like Guardians who have a lot of blocks, and maybe even the Daredevil. I'm trying to incorporate all of this into like even the Heart of Thorn builds. So when you have a Daredevil that's using bandit defense, you could use Breaching Strike to hit them. And mind you that the new elite Spellbreaker, they get 2 adrenaline bars. So right here you see that it has 30. What's interesting that none of these meditation traits say anything about gaining adrenaline other than Imminent Threat, which is on the 35-second cooldown, but it says you gain 3 adrenaline for each person that's targeted. So far I've only been able to see 3 of the traits, the Grandmaster traits, and it says Enchantment Collapse, remove a boon from foes, causing all nearby foes to lose additional boon. It's unblockable. The next trait would be Revenge Counter, new class mechanic, full counter, deals additional damage, gain resistance, and copy 5 of your conditions to enemies hit by full counter. So anybody who's hit by the full counter gets all the conditions from you, and you gain resistance. And then you have the one that I really want to talk about is probably the most powerful of all of them, which is called Mage Blade Tether. Now, it says hitting enemies with a burst skill tethers them to you. So if I hit them with Arc and Slice or Skull Crack or whatever, that unblockable dagger, which one was that? Breaching Strike. If you hit them with Breaching Strike, they get tethered to you. It doesn't say how long the tether lasts. It just it says the tether lasts 8 seconds. So they get hit by the tether. If they move beyond the range of the tether, like if they try to run away from you, they get pulled back to you. So that could be really useful against dash thieves. People that like to use short bow and try to run away from you. they would get you know, pulled back to you. It says it gives you might, and then it reveals the enemy. So not only did they get pulled to you, then they get revealed, so they can't even stealth after they get pulled back to you. And then after they get pulled back to you, I would say you could place down the Winds of Disenchantment. So when they get pulled to you, or you could, what you could do is you could place the tether on them, put down Winds of Disenchantment, so it removes all the boons. So it removes stability, blah, everything. It depends on, you know, the situation of the fight. So you can either place down the Winds of Disenchantment, your elite skill, which removes all boons, and you can't apply no more boons. And then if they try to run away from you, they get pulled back to you. And then since, you know, there's no boons applied, they basically, it's a free pull if they try to run away from you. They can't do anything for to you. So they get pulled back into that. And that's a Grandmaster Trait. That's not even a utility or anything. That's an actual trait. It doesn't say what the ICD is on that, but I'm guessing it has no ICD. ICD stands for internal cooldown. So it has no ICD. So as long as you can keep tethering people and hit them with your burst skills, well, your burst skill is every 8 seconds. So if you can hit them with a tether and you just keep pulling them back to you, which is insane. It sounds crazy right now. No, actually, it says it right here. It says the Mage Blade tether is 12 seconds. My bad. 8-second reveals. 600 pull. It lasts for 8 seconds. There you go. Oh, the other two Grandmaster traits don't have any ICDs. So full counter deals additional damage, grant resistance. It says the damage increases 20%. You gain 2 seconds of resistance. Removing a boon from a foe causes nearby foes to lose additional boons. It says one boon removed and it's unblockable. So from what I see, a lot of the boon corrupts, well, not really corrupts, boon stripping and all the damage that it does is it's unblockable. So yeah, those are just a little bit of the traits. This is only the second day into you know, the reveal of the expansion and the class. So that's just my little part on it, my little theory about builds and whatever. And I hope to see some more builds and maybe in the future. I don't think this will be a Condi spec. What I assume I might do great sword, dagger, shield. That might be a build, but for certain you're still going to go under discipline and defense when you're using this, because you know, adrenal heal and cleansing ire and all that, they're just too hard to give up. And then, you know, fast hands from discipline, you know, can't really give that up. So, but you never know, there might be some, you know, some build changes in the future. They might do something, I don't know. So I'm only just going based off what I see right here with a lot of the skills from people streaming and on Reddit posts. And I could think of like 2 good combos that I could use when I'm using warrior or whatever. I might even still use, you know, bull charge or kick or something, stability, berserker stance, because it seems like not a lot of the skills give you adrenaline. So the only way to gain adrenaline would be from you know, either getting hit or attacking other people or using berserker stance. But it wouldn't really matter because your adrenaline bar is only 2. It's not 30 anymore. So you don't even need to go into like hit them a lot to get adrenaline. But yeah. But I think they should change getting hit, because if you get hit, you don't gain adrenaline. You have the trait for it, which is cleansing ire. It says you gain adrenaline every time you're hit. So I think that should be baseline. I think you getting hit should just gain adrenaline. Like, that should be baseline. And a lot of the warrior skills, like berserker skills, they gain adrenaline. So that's why they were really valuable. And I'm guessing that's why they didn't add a lot of adrenaline gaining skills on SpellBreaker. But yeah, so that's just my take on it. So hope you see it. Hope to see you again.